So we're just out here doing a nature walk, showing you what the birds are saying and nature's, well, the little bit of nature we got out here in my neighborhood. You know, it's almost going to be a year since the pandemic on the 13th. It's the 9th today, and everybody has been affected one way or another. So we got that squirrel running. I don't know if you can see it. See the trees, see the homeless set up. Just what little nature we have around here. You know, look at the clouds in the far off. You know, that's a calming sight and smell, because I don't have my mask on. I don't know if I could turn this around. No, it's just taking pictures. So I'll show you. Yeah, I don't have my mask on, and I'm walking out here in my neighborhood. So I didn't go to work today. Nice dogs. I didn't go to I called in, sorta. I did call in, definitely. And it was because I just didn't want to fucking go to work. That doesn't mean that there isn't the Lord's work to do. So I'm gonna take a little detour. Hopefully these farmers won't say nothing. See, we got the greenery, chlorophyll going around. But look at all this madness. See, so there's you can hear the roosters, and those are everybody's roosters, not just mine. Which shows you that you are a people before you're a place. What you hear is men like me, but not like me, owning animals and observing nature in a way where it would be accepted in one country. Let's say this country is Mexico, and another country that we're living in is America, which is Babylon the Great. There's a difference, you know. There's a big difference. You know, it's blooming out here. The air is fresh. Passover is coming. We're almost at the end of this month, which is at the end of this week, so-called week. And just listen to those crickets, so calming. So I was reading Genesis, first chapter, when Elohim created, you know, the so-called firmament. That's the part I was reading, and it got me to think that he's a perfect creator. While he created everything, he created a counterbalance for everything. You see? You see those blooms right there? That's what's going on where I'm at. Over here in Kings County, where we prophesied in Hanford. And look at that water, it's stagnant, right? as a counterbalance. That water, although it might be stagnant, has no life to it. You got to revive that water. You know, that you got to put in counterbalance microbes to eat up all that algae. See, I love this place because, man, because I was watching Coming to America too. If we were all back in Israel, I wouldn't have to worry about nothing. But we have to worry about things like animal control and this and that, CPS, disciplining us. And look at this. See, that water is stagnant, but this water is living. This water is living. So you want to have that living water because they have the beneficial microbes and all that good stuff. Now, when I was reading in Genesis and it was talking about when he separated the waters with the firmament, I was thinking, man, I can't wait to get to the kingdom when I can travel past that firmament. You know, when I can travel over here, right here, I'm bound to these feet. The feet are bound to the earth. You know, but I gotta obey the rules. So it's really frustrating to be in a society where I don't want to be in. It's really more of a punishment. When I send my kids to their room without this or that, it's a punishment. You know, and look at the background over here. And when we get punished, it hurts, it smarts, it makes us think. But that's to keep us from becoming this stagnant. You see all that algae? It has no oxygen in it. It has no oxygen in it. This water is becoming stagnant, but there's life. You hear that? You see those ducks? Yeah, that's what you're hearing. That's called life. So when our Creator, Yahweh, gave the blueprint to our Messiah, Yahushai, he had kept everything balanced out. One thing was for another. You see how those things are flying? One thing for another. It's just that's the first one is a female, the second one is a male. He created them both. He didn't make no homosexual. He just created two, a male and a female, and he created more than one. And look at this, man. It looks nice out here. But as nice as it looks, it's all gonna burn. Because Yahweh Yahushai has something to say about this. You know, look at the bustling, all that life over there, all those cars. And a perfect example is, I'm just walking down what seems to be a road where there's a lot of footprints, but it's really farmland, and I'm smart enough to know that I shouldn't be here, but I'm gonna walk on it anyways. Because you see over there, that's called the road. Why I'm saying I'm smart enough to know that I shouldn't be walking on this is because on that road, you have a driver's license that allows you to conduct business on it. You know, how the fuck are you gonna get a license from somebody that says you can do something or don't do something on the road? That's one of those things. Excuse me. And another thing is, you can do good business or you can do bad business. Over there on the streets, you can do good business or you can do bad business. You know, this is a good business, but look at, you see the bottom of those trunks? That means that was a branch from a previous tree, or perhaps another, what we call a clone. So that's another thing. What you see out here is not really what it is. Yeah, these are fucking, when they start giving fruit, man, damn, that tastes good, man. Whether it be almonds, I think these are some nectarines. Man, nectarines are fine. But also the nectarine is not natural. No? You know what I'm saying? It's not natural. So, what is natural? Whatever we decide by way of origin story, and what I mean is, compared a nectarine to a peach. I think the peach was a creation too. It resembles natural, right? Like natural. See those branches? You see those branches in the middle where the cluster's at? That's called the fork, but let's call it a fork in the road. So those 4 branches represent the end of that last branch. That's why that stem is long like that. On a tree, it would grow as a stick, and it would throw branches at every level, from the ground up. You see how it's pretty smooth on the trunk? That's not a tree. And there's thousands of them. There's thousands of them, and they're unnatural. So what do we have to do? We have to decide whether we're going to eat unnatural or natural food. So what's natural? Peach is natural compared to that, right? It's supposed to have hair, it's supposed to have seed. What is natural? It's supposed to have seeds. It tells you in Genesis, right? So what is, let's say corn. Corn is not natural. It's an invention. You take some of this and you mix it with some of that, you get corn. And then scientists will cut each branch off and put it on a different tree, and then this tree will have 4 different kinds of fruit. Who the fuck, man? Who the fuck decided that? Your homeboy Esau. You know, that's just a bunch of terribleness that we have to go through. And listen to this current. It's stagnant over there, but it's a current over here, and that current is clean. So peaceful, calm. Man, and that's just running from a well. So there we have a little unnatural environment in a natural, well, yeah, an unnatural environment in a natural setting. All this land was really a lake. I think about 200 years ago, maybe. something like that. It was a giant lake. That's why these farmlands are so fertile. And this never rests. It never stops. Never stops. Keeps growing and growing. They keep growing different things every year. Or in this case, the same thing for a bunch of years. And then they'll sell the land, which is totally against the land Sabbath. You got to give it a rest. I think you have to put, what's it called? Calcium, not calcium. It's like calcium. It's like this little white thing. Anyways, it escapes me. But it refurbishes the soils. You know, you can't grow any. If I decided to dig this up, I couldn't grow anything out of it. Look at this, grass is barely growing. You would have to add things to it. So we weren't, well, how does it go? We weren't able to say, you know, we don't want that in our foods. Somebody decided that for us. We don't want all of those unnatural things in them. Shit, we don't even know what fucking natural foods are now. We have to go look them up, and then we have to scrutinize that. Oh, are they telling us the truth? Who knows what they're telling us? That's why we gotta pray to Yahweh Shem Shai. You know? Oh snap! Almost dropped my phone. You know, the things smell. The air smells good, but it smells better in different places. Like if you go down to the coast, Monterey, the air is fresher. You know, if you go around to maybe like shit, if you go to LA and the air is nasty. If you go to Mexico, the air is nasty. If you are next to a truck that's running on diesel, it'll smell nasty. And you could tell that the air needs to be freshened up, or you need to get away from there. Now, what would happen if you were in a place where you couldn't get away from? Like that dog. You know, he's locked up. And we're in the same situation because we don't have any place to go. We don't know where to go. So we have to turn to the masters of the land. We have to get on welfare. And once we're on welfare, we feel like, oh, this is enough. I don't have to do much more. You become lazy. So I was just sitting there at home, being a little lazy on a day off on an unscheduled day off. Really, I just had the hours to take the day off, and I did. So, you know, boo-hoo. Even though this is all, you know, gonna get chopped down and gonna get processed, we have to consider that we're gonna get processed. There was a process to make this, there was a process to take it down. You know, all these greens has value. We have value. Twofold. Look at those doves. We have value twofold. You know, you're only as good as Your last video, they say, I get the spirit. So this is one of my current videos. So the opposite would be if you're not making a video. So we're in a society where we have to work for our Lord and Savior, and we have to work for the devil at the same time. It was balanced. It was balanced that we can't understand from a higher power that really does exist. Created all this, man, and everything above the firmament. We don't even know. It's all beautiful. The purpose, for the fulfilling of your purpose, which is like prophecy. We gotta fulfill prophecy. We gotta speak about prophecy. Man, that's a good walk. It's been 21 minutes. I'm about to go back to the pad. So, I don't even remember if I just opened up that I'm gonna do it right now. Yeah, I'd like to give all praise to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai Bashem Makakwadash, double honor to the apostles and elders. Peace, blessing, mercy, and salutation to all the brothers out there teaching the truth and sincerity. In the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Shalom.